In this video, we'll dive into Uncle Aaron's character and his role in Into the Spider-Verse. We'll explore how he plays a crucial part in Miles' story and his overall journey. When Aaron and his brother Jeff were younger, they were inseparable. They used to run around together, tagging walls with graffiti as a way to express themselves. But as they grew older, their lives started to head in different directions. Jeff decided to become a police officer, which pulled him away from his rebellious past and led to a rift between the two brothers. Despite their separation, Jeff went on to have a son, Miles Morales. Aaron developed a close relationship with Miles, almost like a second father to him. Even though Aaron wasn't as close to Jeff anymore, he made sure to be there for Miles and became a significant figure in his life. However, Aaron's path took a darker turn. He became known as the Prowler, a masked villain and skilled mercenary. In this role, Aaron worked as a prominent hitman and enforcer for the notorious crime boss Kingpin. During his time as the Prowler, he faced off against Spider-Man multiple times, becoming one of the many villains Spider-Man had to battle. Eventually, Aaron found himself involved in Wilson Fisk's ambitious plan with the Super Collider, further entangling himself in the world of crime and supervillainy. During Miles' third week at his new school, he decided to visit his uncle Aaron at his home. They started off with some casual chatter, but Aaron quickly got to the point, asking if Miles was having trouble with girls. He suggested the iconic trick called the shoulder touch to impress them, which Miles thought was silly but decided to try anyway the next day.
Tomorrow, find that girl, we walk up to her and be like, "Hey."
You serious, Uncle Aaron?
I'm telling you, man, it's science.
Seeing that Miles needed a boost, Aaron took him to an old abandoned subway station under Brooklyn. Aaron knew about it from his time working with Fisk on the Super Collider project. He encouraged Miles to express himself by tagging the walls with his latest graffiti piece. Miles put his heart into it, and Aaron praised his work, urging him to keep pursuing his art. The next night, Aaron, as the Prowler, was tasked by Kingpin to help Green Goblin fight Spider-Man. They managed to stop Spider-Man from shutting down the Super Collider. But things took a dark turn when the Green Goblin was killed by one of the Collider's experiments, which caused a temporary explosion. With Green Goblin out of the picture, Prowler, Kingpin, and Tombstone cornered a wounded Spider-Man. Kingpin ordered Prowler to finish off Spider-Man, but just as Prowler was about to deliver the final blow, Kingpin intervened. He wanted to hear what Spider-Man had to say first. Later, Prowler watched in horror as Kingpin took matters into his own hands and killed Spider-Man himself. Seconds after Kingpin had Spider-Man killed, Aaron, as the Prowler, spotted a boy running away from the scene. Following Kingpin's orders to eliminate any witnesses, Prowler chased after the boy. The chase led them onto a subway train, where Prowler nearly ran him over. When the boy managed to hide, Prowler got on his motorcycle to continue the pursuit. In his frustration and desperation to catch the boy, Prowler ended up driving in the wrong direction. It was unusual for Jeff to call Aaron, but he did so, trying to find out where Miles was, since Aaron had become unreachable. The next evening, when Aaron returned home, he sensed something off in his room. To his surprise, he found the boy from the previous night hiding in his apartment. The boy tried to escape, and Aaron followed him again. This time, he kept his distance, allowing the boy to think he was no longer being pursued. The boy eventually led Aaron to the rest of the Spider People, unaware of the danger he was still in. During the chaotic raid, their team was focused on grabbing the important device, while the rest of the Spider People were locked in battle with each other. Aaron, however, had his eyes on the boy who was last seen with the device. He was about to take the boy's life when the mask came off, revealing that the boy was actually Miles. Kingpin noticed Aaron's hesitation and demanded that he kill him. Aaron, conflicted and unwilling to follow through, quietly put the mask back on Miles. As Aaron began to step away, Kingpin retaliated by shooting him. Miles, in a desperate move, swung away with Aaron's injured body, trying to escape the scene. Jeff, who had been following, saw them as they fled. As Aaron's life was slipping away, he took a moment to apologize to Miles, expressing his regret for failing him and encouraging him to stay true to his path.
You're the best of all of us, Miles. You're on your way. Just keep going.
As an uncle, Aaron was relaxed, supportive, and a good buddy to Miles. He provided a welcome escape from the high expectations that Miles' parents placed on him, and despite his cold and ruthless nature, he couldn't bring himself to kill Miles. In his final moments, he was overcome with regret for setting a poor example for him. He deeply felt the weight of his actions and used his last breath to encourage Miles to stay on the path of doing what was right, hoping his nephew would learn from his mistakes and continue to make better choices.